Hello everyone, it's Vigi here today, and we are back with more 1066 gameplay. And more specifically, we're going to do part 2 of the campaign. Yeah! So I just plugged in the code that you usually get once you finish a battle, and here we go, watching the storyline. I'm just gonna go quiet now. And there you have it, the Battle of Stamford Bridge. Now, can you imagine that? Walking 250 miles in 5 days? 50 miles a day with all of your equipment? Oh, that's brutal. Anyways, here we're just hovering over the units just to see more information about them. Harold Godwinson, and right now we are playing as the English. So the English specialize in more of like a defensive stance, I suppose, defensive spread. You get it. Defense is their forte. I mean, their attack isn't anything to be shy about, but it's not as good as, for example, the Vikings or Normans. So right now I'm just gonna fire down at that middle line of like four groups of troops there because I'm just gonna rack up a bunch of kills and move up all of our blue boys. Let's go. Now I don't particularly enjoy playing as the English, mainly because I'm kind of the guy that likes attack and whatnot and mobility. So yeah, that's a bit of like a downside for the English, but hey, who cares, as long as we win, for the most part anyways. So now there's just a bunch of troop movement, which is always really exciting. Hoorah. So we're moving up our spear militia. Now he's firing into my archers, but he kind of comes up short. All of those archers should be fired, but you know, maybe it's a government job. Shrug. So his shield wall moves up, as well as just all of my units. Now this is a bit of a grindy battle just because of the fact that you only have those two rows in the middle to charge through. So it's a bit of like mind games there. Oh, sorry about that. That's my Doge. One of them anyways. Her name's Luna, and she's extremely loud. So yeah. It's a fun life though. Pets are nice. So we're moving everyone up again, slowly but surely, firing more rounds. So he actually is going, the CPU is being really aggressive with his Varangian guards. He's just kind of leaving them there exposed, and that's just kind of you don't really want to do that in this game. Like, I mean, it may be a simple game, but it's also like, if you're not smart with your units, they're gonna die, big time. So just more troop movement, moving everyone up. As you can see, the battle lines are gonna be soon determined, mainly in the center there. So I'm going to fire at his archers, I believe. Yes, I do. And that wasn't bad. It was slightly off though, so I only killed 54 rather than like 61 men. So here now I'm contemplating, do I charge in or not? Because his Varangian guard are probably just as good as my Huskarls, if not better. But I decided, like, heck, let's just do it. Throw the Huskarls in, drop up some Vikings. So now we're going for an MOG charge, where you mash down the spacebar a billion times. And there, we get our pretty good charge off. I mean, we traded off equal men, but hey, England isn't like suddenly the best faction in this game. So my archers are gonna fire at his archers again, since I don't have anything better to do. That one is slightly off as well, I believe. So, shrug. And I decided to taunt for, I don't really know why I decided to taunt. Just because why not? Practice your typing skills. Oh. So now his archers are now firing back at my archers, I believe. Oh no, they actually went after my my spear militia, which is fine because they're in shield wall formation. Shield wall formation just giving you more defense. So now I'm hesitating. I'm just, what do I do here? So I just decide to fire again and fire again, taunt with my general, and just fight in the middle right there. Because I don't really feel like sending up more troops just in case if he decides to like push up his army as well. So yeah, we're just having a bit of a skirmish battle. It's a bit boring, I understand it, but hey, sometimes war is boring. Foul dogs, good. So yeah, taunts actually do quite a bit in this game. And now my Huskarls are going ham on these Vikings. Let's cut them to pieces, boys. So we're getting all of these amazing just keyboard hits. Oh, MLG. And yeah, even though we both got brutal attacks, you can see that his men killed about 40 more than my men. And I wasn't really happy with this. I was just like, this is unacceptable. So I actually pull back my Huskarls here and charge in my Spear Militia. But of course, I have to break them from their formation, otherwise it doesn't work out. And so I just shift my Huskarls with my Spear Militia, and then afterwards taunt and fire again. So same procedure, wash, rinse, repeat. Let's go. More amazing like keyboard action here. Oh, this is really tough. So that was an okay trade considering my Spear Militia are kind of garbage. So his Varangian Guard fought to the death there, which is like expected of the Vikings. So, you know, as long as we clean them up, just let loose more arrows, and go for a great taunt. Okay, there we go. That's pretty good. So in this game, it's pretty hard to get brutal taunts, I find. Like brutal is in like your level, your ranking of taunt. So he is doing quite a bit of damage to that middle Spear Militia unit. Like I'm already down like 95 men, and yeah, kind of hurts inside. So again, this is more like mind games with the CPU. Doesn't exactly work out that much, but you know, I'm just seeing like, oh, maybe he'll charge something up because I don't want to charge into him. So this is a pretty even battle, although we did break that Varangian Guard unit, which is like really good. So again, just whittling down his archers. His archers are actually starting to break there. You can see like the little pink circle around them. So he barely caught me with that. I don't see how that was a good like bull crap, but hey, who cares? Alright, so this should be a brutal taunt. Yeah, there we go. And as you can see, it did hurt his morale quite a bit, considering I just typed a bunch of things in. So again, I'm not sure what I'm doing here. Oh, right. Finally, I'm moving up some swordsmen, Huskarls, whatever you want. And I'm actually going to prepare to charge them into that shield wall formation. Now, this may not exactly be a very smart decision, considering he gets big defense boost, but I was just like, heck, you know, this is boring as hell. I can't stand this. And I actually screwed up there. I only caught him with the very edge of my arrow, so I didn't really kill too many. Again, pretty good taunt there. That did like what, maybe cost him 4 morale or something, but that's huge considering I didn't do anything. And he gained back like 7 from that. Like, Jesus, taunts are good in this game. So here I go real ballsy and just charge into his spear, shield wall formation, because I was just like, you know, this is enough of this nonsense. I actually push up my weakened Huskarl unit as well, just for the lulz. So mashing spacebar again, the best thing in the game. And there we go, our boys in blue taking on these Vikings, and that was a good charge. And I mean, like, we killed a lot more, although his unit is a lot weaker, I guess. Enemy taunting. So yeah, I've got to shut down those archers. They're just taunting like hell. So we're gonna let loose another volley on them, and I think they actually break here. Yes, they do. So that's a pretty big morale hit for them, and well, that means that I can start moving around my archers just to pepper down his other units. So yeah, we're gonna go with more taunts, because taunts are the best thing in the game apart from bashing your spacebar. So what do I do here? Alright, I actually moved my both of my Huskarl units back because I want to do cycle charges on them, and I do believe I sacrificed that one, that weakened Huskarl unit from before, into these warriors. But you know, let's just see. So we're going to mash our spacebar yet again. Let's go. going ham on these fools. Alright, so now another pretty good charge, although my Huskarls are going to break. They're only at 17% morale, and they're down to 61 men. Rest in peace. You will be remembered. So I'm trying to get a good shot on these warriors. I mean, that's not exactly bad, but sure as hell ain't good. Oh well. So we're back to taunting, because I don't really have anything better to do with my general. So as you can see, the whole morale game, I'm winning by a pretty big margin. So I decide here to actually move down my archers to the bottom row in order to attack that general unit over there. And then I pull out my weakened Huskarls and send these fresh guys back in because cycle charges. Charges are basically what I do in this game, just charge, charge, charge. And we actually annihilate that unit right there. So his shield wall is broken, and now we have a nice space to charge through, which is good. And so I charge in my other Huskarl unit, and I probably should have moved up my spear militia just because I'm using up all of my good units on his kind of like crappier units. Anyways, I'm gonna let loose some arrows on his general, and finally I move up my spear militia. Thank goodness. So we're going through this choke point over here, but it doesn't matter anymore since, well, it's not a big deal since he doesn't have any archers, which is like a blessed thing. So we're gonna fire on his general and that other unit, and we get a pretty decent shot. I mean, we didn't kill too many from each unit, but as a total, that's pretty decent. So I wasn't sure if his units broke there, if he just retreated. Apparently he just fell back. So now we have two very nice gaps to charge through, and you can just see all of my units just packed up there. So I charge in my Huskarls just to finish him off. And what do I do here? I am hesitating. I'm not sure why I'm hesitating. I decide to just go after that Varangian Guard unit, but I kind of screwed up because that Varangian Guard unit is a basically like full health fresh one. So again, I'm just taunting with my general because, I don't know, I just taunt with my general. That's just how things go. But instead of charging into those warriors over there, he actually moves down a unit. And so I'm forced to fight them instead. And I was just like, oh god damn, outplayed. So yeah, we're still going to kill a decent amount of them. But my Huskarls are going to break at this rate. 41% morale and 131 troops left. So these Huskarls are going to wage war on this unit of Varangian Guard, and we're going back to, well, back-to-back fighting, yeah. So again, even though we're both getting brutal attacks, he's still killing more of me than I'm killing of him, which is, Luckily for me, though, he actually, I think he moved up this unit, like he commanded this unit to move up beforehand. So he actually has to fight twice now, and yeah, that was a pretty brutal attack by him. 333 of mine killed in that one attack for his 160. The only good thing though is that we're going to be able to outflank that Varangian Guard unit and then just annihilate it, which means we'll only have like 2 more to go after. So morale game right now is we're doing pretty well off. Now, I have to be really careful here because I didn't want to hit my already weakened unit, and I just want to hit his general. But unfortunately, I do clip the very edge of my Huskarls, so they're going to eat like a big chunk of arrows. But I do hit his general, so, you know, what can I say? What do I do here? Oh, I decide to outflank that middle warrior unit because I didn't really have much else to do with my Huskarls, and we actually annihilate that Varangian Guard unit, which was a major pain in the butt to do. So we taunt again because I don't really have anything better to do. Same old drill. And he moves his general back slightly. I'm not really sure why. But at this point in the battle, he's got way too many holes right now. And so I'm going to be able to charge into his units, outflank them, etc. So I was feeling pretty confident by now. So there we go, fighting the surrounded Viking warriors with our spears and swords. Or do we not have spears? I guess no, it's just Huskarls, so we all have swords. So yeah, I did not expect them to break that Huskarl unit, and I was kind of upset that they did. But, I guess these are Vikings, so I should expect stuff like this. So my only issue right now is that I've got a bunch of weakened units. So I decided to charge that like almost dead Huskar unit into his warriors. Luckily, I do have those two healthy spear militia units as well as my general, and I'm not sure why I didn't charge. Why I didn't move in that very back Huskar unit, but he's actually gonna move down his troops, which is a pain in the butt because my spear militia are gonna get slaughtered by those guys. Well, actually, that wasn't too bad of an attack. 210 for 160, considering that these are spear militia. So we actually engaged his general here with my Hiskarls, mainly because I just wanted to have like a big fight with him. Wanted to get that general off the field so we can just break the rest of his troops. And so far it's working pretty well. That was a pretty good attack right there. So we outflanked the general as well, which was like bonus. And yes, my like 100 Huskarls are going for a charge on that weakened warrior unit, which is like, I'm basically going to break them off the field. So we kill them, and my Huskarls are still alive at 6% morale. 24 men. Apparently they fight to the death, although they do break off the field, so what am I to say? What am I to do? Sorry, words are very hard. So morale games, we're winning big time, 52-30. Like it's flashing red for him, and another brutal taunt, which is like good for us, bad for them. So here I wasn't sure what to do. I wanted to outflank that Varangian Guard unit, but the only units that I can do with that are my two really depleted Huskarl units, which are most likely going to break off the field any moment. My general is nearby, so I'll probably throw him into combat as well. And with my archers, I didn't want to hit my units there because I have more troops. And unfortunately, that Huskar unit just breaks off the field. I wanted them to charge into the backs of those Varangian Guard, but not going to happen. So his Varangian Guard right now are a big issue, but I don't think they should be too bad because we still have our general who's at like full health, full everything. Hey, that's pretty good. So my spear militia are going to continue fighting these Varangian Guard. I don't expect them to survive for much longer, just considering that these Vikings are like, the experienced ones. So we go there and they just annihilate my militia, like goodbye. I cry every time. And we're still peppering down his general right now. Luckily for us, he doesn't really have those two units up there aren't going to be able to kill off my men fast enough, and we actually break his general right there. So we have a bunch of depleted units left plus my general. I'm not sure what happened to those guys. They just kind of died. Like, rest in peace. So as you can see, the big loss of their general, the morale down to 3. But at this point, I didn't really care because I was just like, all right, yeah, I'm gonna charge into those units, and they just break off the field. So that Varangian Guard unit, 475 men, but 24% morale. And I send in my spear militia just to like, fight, let's go. Hopefully these guys don't just, get destroyed by these elite Vikings, but let's see. So yeah, that was pretty brutal on my part, and that's gonna cause some big morale issues as well, but at this point it's too late, so I move out my spear militia because they're getting slaughtered. And I send in my general to do the finishing touches, like, just take these guys out. Like, I've had enough of you. Alright, so we're going to hack them to pieces right here. Assuming that I actually do well with this keyboard game. Like, keyboard skills, yeah. So, alright, that was pretty good, and we break them off the field. And that will conclude this battle of today. The Battle of Stamford Bridge. Thank you for watching. Oh, I still have time left, so I'm going to speak about something.